2, 3, 4.
We wish you a Merry Thanksmas. We wish you a Merry Thanksmas. We wish you a Merry Thanksmas and a Happy New Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this, our 115th episode and glorious time of randomness for the Good Old Morning Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we discuss the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I'm one of your hosts, the Brazilian moist maker and transition elf, Lucas Ham Swisher.
You're calling yourself the moist maker?
I am the moist. Oh, it's the Brazilian moist maker.
Oh, whoa, this is getting fancy.
Yeah, that's right. Did I say just the moist maker?
I have no idea, but I heard moist maker.
Well, yeah.
That's all I heard.
Friends reference. Thank you very much. All
Yes.
right. Also with me, who you just heard, the judge, jury, and executioner of fake holidays and spoilers, St. Patrick Novosel.
Speaking of holidays, it is No Shave November. And looking at Marc's beard is awesome. I have not shaved this November, but it looks like you have, Lucas.
I definitely
What are
shaved.
you doing?
I'm not even really
I missed the
participating. Like this is just me.
It's
All
good.
natural.
It's good.
Yeah, it is.
I love it.
The other voice you're hearing, he is the final member of the GMG Quadfecta who does not yet have Christmas music in his heart, but has thankfulness on his brain and 2-week-old candy corn in his old stomacho, Marc Boucher.
So two things. Number one, my cursor is hovering over the leave button on Zoom. The moment you started singing, we wish you a Merry Christmas.
Thanksmas. I didn't sing
Thanksmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thanksmas. Okay.
I'm celebrating both at the same time.
I'm concerned about the 2-week-old candy corn still in your stomach. Like, you okay over there? I'm concerned.
It's not there. I promise.
It's not been in his stomach for 2 weeks. He ate it 2 weeks after the fact.
No. Nope. Halloween, it was gone.
All right. Fair enough.
No,
Yes.
we don't keep that in the house that long.
We don't keep it in the house either.
Well, some people, I don't know where I was going to go with that.
Some people.
Some
Some
people just
people.
want to leave the.
You know what they
leave the
say.
Zoom meeting.
Yeah. Speaking of some people, we have one people that are not with us.
One people.
And that is one people. He's usually on my left and your right. The volleyball and beast of the East who can make turkeys and angels get their wings in 3 words or less or your money back. Ronnie Johantges.
Whoa.
But he's not here, so
Oh.
he's missing out. He's a little under the weather, got a little sore throat. We're telling everyone he has the coronavirus just for fun, but I think he just has a sore throat, so he'll be all right. He'll be back next week, I think.
Yeah, this is weather changing. I mean, in Cincinnati, it's like 70 and then 30 and then 50, 70, 30. It's just like, it's just a wreck on your immune system.
It is. Gives you immune system whiplash.
Yeah.
All right. As is tradition, we are in an episode ending with 5, so it is randomness time, and we are about to be throwing some updates, some random topics, all three of us throwing them at you. So let's not waste any more time, starting with Marc. What is going on, my friend? How you doing?
How you doing?
Doing okay.
How you doing? Yeah. Okay.
Another Friends reference. All right. 6 minutes in or however long we are and already there.
That's right. We just keep piling them on.
All I know is pivot. That's the only one I know.
That's how I got my PlayStation 5 in my house.
Exactly. Transition to next gen talk.
Yeah, so I mean that's the major thing that has gone on in this past week is next gen has become current gen.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
See,
right,
I don't
I'll
know.
allow
I don't agree with that statement that it's now current gen, because we have like 100 million people on PS4 right now, but we only have like 8 million on PS5.
Yeah, I guess I get your point there.
So a lot of people are still in, quote unquote current gen. I still think since not a lot of people have gotten it yet, I still think it's next gen. Like if an 8K TV comes out right now, I think that's next generation TVs, because current generation's 4K.
So you
guys are in the future.
Yep. We're in the future.
This is like Back to the Future. All right. What's it like? Tell me.
I don't know. You can just hydrate your pizzas and everything. It's crazy.
Hydrate level 4.
Fruit, please.
Dad, it's needles.
Great Scott.
But yeah, so this past Thursday, after much worry and speculation as to whether it was actually going to arrive on launch day, my PS5 arrived on Thursday.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I took the day off because it was kind of iffy. Like, I wasn't sure. Obviously, I don't want a $500 piece of equipment sitting outside my front door.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Definitely
for
not.
any extended period of time. And plus, people knew it was launch day. So, people's PS5s were sitting out there. Plus, I had read online somewhere that it was possible that we would have to sign for the package.
Yeah.
They would need a signature. No, I didn't need to give a signature.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah, he just handed it to me, and he showed up at about 3:00 in the afternoon, and brought me the big old box.
Man, I would have been a wreck all day.
It is a mammoth box, by the way.
It's a huge box.
Huge. How many times did you look out the window?
Oh, many.
For the delivery?
1,000.
I want to count. I want a number.
So had to have been at least 10 to 12.
Oh, that's it? Oh, man.
That's it.
Every
triple
time.
That.
So in my where I'm working, I'm in the basement, and I got a window right next to me. And every time a car drives by, it like puts a glare into the room. So
you were
every
like a
time
dog,
I heard
like
something,
running up to the window, like
squirrel.
Is it
PS5?
Isn't it? So then a FedEx car came for me at like 9 a.m. I'm like, yes, it's here. Go outside, and he's like walking up like the small little envelope. I'm like, oh, that's not a PS5 unless they magically made it one of those like compressed mattresses, and just like you open it up and just like poof. But
surprise!
It was just a PSVR
pull string, Sony says.
Adapter. Yeah.
But yeah, so it arrived about 3:00 in the afternoon. Hooked it all up, got it all installed with all the updates and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Transferred my data from the PS4 to the PS5, and jumped in immediately into some Astro's Playroom for a little while.
Yeah.
For those who are not familiar, Astro's Playroom is a pack-in game. Comes with the PS5. It's already pre-installed, and it's basically one giant tech demo for the PS5 and particularly for the DualSense controller, because it makes a lot of use of a lot of the new features on the controller, like the haptic feedback and motion controls and things like that. And it's a lot of fun. I was blown away by the controller and just how much, like, for example, like when you're drawing back a bow, there's actually, like, because you get like a little bow and arrow in the game. You actually feel the resistance on the triggers when you pull the bow back, which is kind of crazy. And then there's an area where there's like a slot machine that you can get different items, in-game items, and when you pull the lever down, there's resistance, and when you go to open the item, you actually squeeze it with your hand, and so you feel it breaking, and there's like a portion of the game where like a whole bunch of characters get thrown into a box and you have to move the box around or something like that. And when you move the controller, you can feel, it's almost like you feel them all moving from one side of the controller to the other.
Yeah.
It's incredible the type of rumble and haptic feedback that they've put in the controller, and it was a lot of fun. I beat the game in a couple of days. I didn't 100% it. There's still lots of things I could still get, but I did technically complete the game. But the console is super snappy. Loading times are incredible on PS5. The only things that kind of scared me at first was I think I had played for like 3 or 4 hours, and I was in the middle of playing. Astro's Playroom, and all of a sudden one of the enemies hit me with a projectile, and a trophy popped, and it said, and the name of the trophy was "Pain!" exclamation point. And the moment I got that, my PS5 shut off on me.
Oh no, that is crazy. That would scare the bejesus out of me.
I was like, yeah, that's pain. Yeah. So yeah, I got a little scared, and I couldn't turn on the console with the controller like you typically can. So I had to go over to the box and try to push the power button that way. When I first pushed it, it did not come on. I was like, no, you're not doing this to me.
That's scary.
But then on the second push, it came back on. And it goes through the whole, like, repairing the storage, and then it resets the console, and then it scolds you because you didn't turn it off right, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And you're like, you did it, Sony?
Exactly. It's your fault. But it's run okay since then. And the only other thing that was an issue was I have not a lot, but I have a few smart devices downstairs, like Bluetooth plugs that are connected to the Echo Dot, so that I can basically do voice commands to turn the lights and stuff on. Well, I was getting a lot of Bluetooth interference when we were playing Apex.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of input lag, which for an FPS game, not a good thing to have input lag.
Right.
No.
So I actually ended up moving the PS5 upstairs to where all my streaming stuff is. And Patrick, you and Justin and myself, we played Apex, was it last night? Or not last night.
We played multiple nights.
Yeah, one of those nights.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy days.
But yeah, when we played, it was running fine. So it's definitely some sort of Bluetooth interference. But yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with it. The console is huge. It is absolutely huge. There's just no comfortable place to put it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited it's here for sure. I mean, that was pretty much the highlight of my week for sure.
I bet.
Nice.
It's exciting.
Yes.
But yeah, that was pretty much the big thing that happened this week. Was that Next Gen is here, and Patrick,
yes,
also had some Next Gen action going on.
I did. So for me, it started on Tuesday. So Tuesday, I ordered the Xbox One S, the smaller digital version that's $200 less than the Xbox Series X. So I pre-ordered that. And the reason why I got that is because I game mostly on my PlayStation anyways, and I wanted the smaller, sleeker digital version of the Xbox because I don't really play on the Xbox very often. I use it for the Game Pass and everything and things like that. The last Xbox game that I actually bought was in 2015.
It's been a while
for a physical version, I think, or physical game. I bought the WWE 2K20 earlier this year for like $20. So that, other than that, I haven't. It's 2 games in 5 years. So why would I get the big honker one when I still mostly play my PlayStation 5? So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I got the pre-order. I scheduled my pickup because I could actually go to the store and pick it up. And get to the store, they bring it out to me in the curbside assistance. I strap it in with the seatbelt and everything, and I drive home. Come home, and this is like Tuesday, so like right in the middle of the beginning of the workday. And I get home about 9 a.m. I set it up. I turn it on. It needs like an update and all that. So it updates, and then I take my external hard drive that I had from my Xbox One X, plug it in, and then I'm done. Like, there was nothing else to do. Like, all the user interface, like the home screen, all that is the same from the previous Xbox generation. So Xbox One, X, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it really didn't feel like it was like next gen. I'm like, okay, I got a faster, got an SSD, got a faster loading. I put the WWE 2K20 on the internal hard drive from the external, and it loaded super fast. It loaded way faster. It still has a little bit of loading because it's not obviously optimized for the new hardware. But it took me about maybe 20 minutes to set it up, and I was ready. So that's pretty much all I've played it so far. Because with the Xbox, there's really no new games really for it.
Yeah,
there's not a new game, but there is a game you have mentioned you would play on it, The Witcher 3.
So yes, so I moved that from the external and onto the internal. It's ready to go. I have a few games that I'm gonna play on the PS5 first.
You got 6 weeks.
6 weeks to what? To start it?
No, to get it finished.
It's not happening.
Nope.
Whatever. Happening. You can play through a game in 24 hours. You can play through a 50-hour game. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, I've done it. I definitely have done it. So that started on Tuesday, and then Thursday I got the PlayStation 5. That was delivered around 3:30 on Thursday, and that took a little bit longer to set up. So I set it up. I do the normal setup, do your profile, and do all the updates and things like that. And then I went to go plug in my PS5 camera. I plug it in. I put it on top of the TV. I go sit down, and my PlayStation 5 turns off.
Ooh!
Like for the PlayStation 5, they have lights on it. It has like a nice bright blue white light that's coming out from like the inner black part of it. If it's like in suspend mode, it's got like that orange light, just kind of like the PlayStation 4 does. There's no light. So I went to go press the on button. It did not turn on. I pressed it again. It did not turn on.
Oh my gosh.
So I am freaking out. Like, this thing has already died. So I unplug it from the surge protector. I plug it back in. I press the power button. It does not turn on. So it is. I am freaking out. And this is like
sweating.
It feels like 3 days are passing, but it's only been like 3 seconds. So I press the power. I wait like, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 seconds. I press the power button on, and it comes on again. So it's actually turning on, and then it looks like I'm going to set up my PlayStation all over again. So it asked me to do my profile, asked me to sign into the network.
Again?
It asked me to do it all the setup stuff again. So this is like new tech stuff. Like whenever new tech stuff comes out, this is the kind of stuff that happens.
Right.
So I set it all up. I go to play Astrobot, and it's not installed on the system.
Whoa.
It is not even installed. It is so weird. So I'm like, that doesn't make any sense because it's a pack-in game. It should be already installed on it.
Yeah.
What happened to this? So I check, and the Miles Morales wasn't in there. My Watch Dogs wasn't in there, and my Crash Bandicoot wasn't in there because I had thrown those in there to make sure that I'm ready to play them when I can. All of them are not even on the system. So I have no idea what happened when the system shut down, but it shut down and it deleted everything.
What? That's weird.
It was so weird. So I downloaded it. I had to download Astrobot or Astro's Playroom. So downloaded that, and so at this point it's like 4:00, and I'm like, screw it. I'm done with work. I'm not working anymore. I'm gonna play some PlayStation. So I turned on that Astro's Playroom, and that, like you said, Mark, that Astro's Playroom just like It is so awesome how much they've done with the new PlayStation 5 controller and all the different features it has, like the resistance and the triggers, the rumble feedback in this is like they have levels of rumble. Like you can feel like very small things that are happening, but then like big explosions, it rumbles really big. So it's not just like the old PlayStation where it's just like a rumble and that's the only level it has. This has multiple levels of rumble, so it's really cool that way. But one of the really awesome things about this Astro's Playroom is the artifacts. One of the collectibles you get is collectibles from the entire PlayStation history. Mm-hmm. So for example, you can collect the PlayStation 1 series, like the PlayStation 1, the mini PlayStation 1, like the repackaging where it gets smaller. You get the PlayStation 1 controller. You go to the PlayStation 2. That was all the different PlayStation 2s, different like multi-taps. You remember those? So it was you collect those things. You collect like PlayStation 3 has like the controllers and discs, and then you get to the PlayStation 4, have all the Vitas, the PSPs. You know, they're all in this like hub. And you walk into this because it has in this Astro's Playroom, it has like 5 different levels, and in the main area where you do all your collecting, it has them all just like shown. It's like a showroom of the whole PlayStation library and all the hardware and everything. It's really cool. And then the PlayStation 5. Once you get the PlayStation 5 artifacts, it is all shown right in the center of all these rest of the PlayStation hardware. It's really cool just to look at and play with. One of the cool things about it is you can like punch with Astrobot, and as you're punching the PlayStations, like the disk drive will open, or if you're punching like a disc, it'll flip over. It's really cool just for that collectible alone. So Mark, I would say go back and get those because it's just really cool just to see that all up close. And all in one room. It's really neat.
I got several of them. Like I collected some. I don't think I'm gonna like 100% it. But I definitely had a lot of fun. And I mean, the game itself is a great platformer. They did a great job with it, and it's a love letter to PlayStation fans. It's very much in depth to the history of PlayStation and the different consoles and peripherals and all that kind of stuff, and it's just a lot of fun, and it's just enjoyable.
Yeah, it definitely was. We have the PlayStation VR, and on the PlayStation VR there's the Astrobot. So we've played it in VR, so it was cool to play it in 2D where Clark and I could just sit on the couch and play. Mm-hmm. He since he's played Astrobot in VR, he was a pro at this game. Absolute pro. He knew exactly what to do and how to platform and all that. He was getting all these trophies, all the collectibles, all the puzzle pieces by himself. There was a couple levels where he could not get past certain like parts of the level, so I would help him there. But this kid probably got like 95% of the trophies by himself. And so I was just sitting there watching him, just like, and he was just getting excited, jumping around, just like so excited to see all the PlayStation artifacts that would just pop up. He's like, "We have that! That's the Vita!" So it was a lot of fun.
That's fun.
So and then I played the Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I can't go really too much into it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But this game is amazing. It's an amazing game. Playing the original Spider-Man on PS4, and then this is kind of like a sequel of sorts, and it was just the platinum chase for the Spider-Man the first game was so much fun, and it's the same here. Like I wanted to get every single collectible. I wanted to swing through the city so many times. It was a lot of fun. The story was good. The game is beautiful. The photo mode, I'm not a guy for photo mode, but this game makes you want to get into photo mode.
Interesting.
It's that beautiful.
Yeah, my copy. I had to wait. I got mine through GameFly, and my copy came in today. Interesting enough, they don't have the PS5 version of this game on GameFly. They only have PS4.
Okay.
So, which still works, because nice thing about PS5 is, obviously, number one, you can play PS4 games on it. Number two, you get the free upgrade to the PS5 version of the game. So I am in the process of downloading that. So I have not been able to start it yet, but that will be my next order of business.
Yeah, it's a great game. I beat it. I got all the collectibles. I ended up platinuming that one. So the PlayStation's been out for a few days. Well, I was off on Friday, and then the wife gave me the okay to play PS5 on Saturday too, because she knew I was looking forward to this. So she let me play games for 2 straight days, and so which allowed me to beat Spider-Man, get that platinum. So I got 2 platinums on the PS5 so far.
It's a good start.
Good start. And now I'm on to this game called Bug Snacks. Bug Snacks is just like a free PS Plus. You know, the bugs are also snacks, and each one of these bugs is like a strawberry or a snail or a bird, but they're all like meshed with kind of like snacks. So like birds are like they're flying, but their wings are pizza slices.
This really sounds like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, where they go to the island and all the animals are food.
It's funny because they it's like Pokemon, because each of these bug snacks, they talk, but they can only say what they are. Huh. So like there's like a spider that's also has fries for legs, so it's a frider.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm enjoying the game so far. It's a nice kind of like palate cleanser, because right after this I'm gonna run into Watch Dogs. So kind of wanted to just chill with that game for a bit, but did that. Playing right now, and then I also jumped into Apex. I put the Apex on the PlayStation 5. Since it's an online multiplayer game, there's not really like loading. It's all because you have to wait for the server and all that stuff. So it's just there's no like right now there's no advantage of being on the PS5 other than using the controller. But on Thursday night, played Apex, and Justin and I were up till like 3 a.m. on Thursday night playing.
It's insane. I can't.
You thought that was insane. On Friday night, we also did the same thing, except we were up till 4 a.m. playing Apex.
That's some dedication right there.
I can't hang like that. Like,
one, Justin he moved and he has been without internet for like a week. So we usually play 2, 3, 4 times a week, and not playing with him for an entire week was like, I needed to get Justin into Apex, and it's Mark, Justin, and I. We play. It's us. It's the trio. Almost like 2, 3, 4 times a week, and without Justin, it kind of fell off. Mark and I were like, we may have played like once or twice for a little bit, but without having Justin there, we kind of like we weren't playing as much.
Yeah, it was weird because like not only is the PS5 is dropping and all 3 of us got one. Season 7 was just hit like a week or 2 ago, and we hadn't been able to play all 3 of us together in the brand new season.
Yeah.
So it was just weird, and so I'm glad we finally fixed that.
Yeah. So still playing Apex. Oh, and the PlayStation 5 has like time tracking of how long you played games.
Oh yeah. You got any numbers for us?
Oh my gosh.
I need to look at that.
I do have the numbers.
I don't know what mine are.
Mark, look up your numbers while Patrick, you have yours ready.
Where do you find that?
So if you go to your PlayStation 5, it's on the PlayStation 5.
Yep.
You have to pull up your profile, and then there's like, I think there's games, and then you can scroll down and see all of your games. and right next to your games will have a counter in like hours.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, I looked at my and it does like the most recent games. So there's some games that I've played before that are not on there. But I guess recently, within the last few years that I played, maybe it has all of them I played the past few years. I don't know. But I went through the list and I found my top 5 games I've played hour-wise.
Mm-hmm.
This was as of yesterday. So as of Sunday afternoon, I've played 1,296 hours of Apex Legends.
You've got me beat by about 300 hours on that.
300 hours?
Yeah. I have 917 hours in Apex.
You still have almost 1,000 hours in Apex. It's yeah. So then it drops off by almost 1,000 hours. My second most played game was Injustice 2 at 332 hours.
Man, you played Injustice 2 that much?
I loved Injustice 2. I probably played that story maybe 4 or 5 times.
Man,
I got the platinum on that. The platinum you have to play online, like a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Shout out to Jared Orr for helping me get that as well.
That's right.
Yeah. Overwatch was just 20 hours less at 313 hours. Red Dead 2 at 275 hours. And Avengers, I don't know if this is right. It says 207 hours. It could be right. I played a lot of that.
It could be. I know my hours from September 10th or 11th until when we stopped playing, I have 124 hours.
Okay.
So there's like a week and a half or so where I have unaccounted numbers. When I get a PS5 in a year, I'll tell my sad story later. But
yeah,
since those listening are like, why has Lucas not been talking? I have nothing to say about PS5 other than I'm so jealous and I am on the outside looking in.
You're not alone because there's a lot of people that were trying to get it and still haven't gotten it.
I'll represent.
Or waiting for more things to come out. I mean, like, are you still able to get like the Bugsnax PS? Are you still able to get that?
I got I
for PlayStation
Is it available
Plus?
Is it on? I was able to grab it, put it in my library. You don't have to have a PS5. Yeah.
Good.
So you can just like before. That's what I did with PS4. I didn't get PS4 for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I had all the PS Plus games ready to go. Actually, there's still PS Plus games that I haven't played on PS4 that.
Did you grab all the? Did you grab all the collections? Like the PS Plus collection
for
the PlayStation 5, like the God of Wars and all that?
I need to do that. No, I
grab all of those. I don't know how long it's available.
It's got to be for a good bit of time.
Through the end of the year, or...
Yeah, that's a good call. I'm going to go back and do that.
Make sure you grab all of those, because I didn't download them all. No, I definitely grabbed them all, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my top one, of course, is Apex Legends, followed by Horizon Zero Dawn. It goes from 917. Now, bear in mind, I only had the PS4 for like 2 years. I came on late in the cycle.
Yeah.
So Horizon Zero Dawn, 39 hours. So it goes from 917 to 39.
How'd you fall off a cliff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that is Overwatch, which is at...
That has to be more than...
Actually, yeah, I take that back. Yeah, Overwatch was at 38 hours. And then...
Okay.
Then Ghost of Tsushima.
Where'd you play PUBG? Or did you just not...
That was on Xbox.
That was Xbox.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That was pre-PS4 for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had an Xbox One for most of that generation.
Mm-hmm.
It was only like in, I want to say, late 2017, something like that. Or, yeah, something like that, where I got the PS4.
I'd forgotten you had gotten it that late.
Yeah, I purchased mine used from GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it goes down from there. It's Horizon at 39, and then Overwatch at 38, Ghost of Tsushima at 27, Last of Us Part 2 at 27, and then it goes down to like the teens from there.
Nice.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So last thing I want to say is about the PS5 is the 3D audio with the PS5 is awesome.
Yeah.
It is so great. It's like, especially with Apex Legends and playing a first-person shooter, you can tell where everything is. It is so much better than my previous headset, than the previous generation. This 3D audio is amazing. It makes me want to play all of my games with headphones. That's how great it is.
Nice.
Now I don't normally, because usually I'll lay down, and having a headset when I'm playing
that doesn't work.
It's hard to play like that for sure. But if I'm playing Apex Legends, I'm like right there sitting up, and this the 3D audio is I can't even explain it because I've had a crappy headset for so long.
Wait, now when you say you lay down when you play games, like your head is sideways?
No,
you
so
lay down,
like
or...
with Bugsnax, yeah, I'll have sometimes I'll have my head laying down.
I can't
to the
play
side.
like that.
So like the TV is like sideways?
Yeah.
That is
I don't do
weird.
that. I don't do it very often. But
That's like Ed Placencia playing on his knees all the time.
Like, I do that too. I do that too.
What is
Yes.
wrong with you people? That is so strange.
At first, when I first started playing on my knees, it had maybe a year ago when I started doing that, and my legs would fall asleep immediately when I would do that. Now I think my legs are just used to it. My legs still fall asleep, but sometimes, but I don't know. It feels natural.
Well, the fact that your legs are falling asleep that's not a good sign.
No, that's
Well,
not
I
natural.
mean, like
your body is saying, "Hey, no blood. I need blood to get to my extremities," and you're like
that's when
cutting
you
it
know
off.
you've been on the toilet for too long.
Okay, well, we're not talking about plop time.
All
We're
right,
talking
how many
about
minutes are we into the
PlayStation
podcast?
40 minutes. We made it 40 minutes. But yeah, but you lay down. Like, do you ever fall asleep while you're playing?
Yes. So if
You have to.
I would. If I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep, I'll hit pause and I'll just let the controller down and because that's definitely happened.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh. All right.
I'm not like Justin, where he can fall asleep while playing Apex. I don't know how you can do that because my mind is racing all the time.
Yeah,
That's
It's called fatigue.
That's why I can play
rest.
Apex. I can play Apex for like 8 straight hours and I'll be pumped like I just had a cup of coffee. Because my mind is just like I'm like looking everywhere, anxiety going crazy. Like I can't fall asleep when I'm playing Apex. But yeah, it's been awesome this past week.
It sounds like it.
For next gen.
I've been keeping track of it. I've kept my eye out on you guys. Just on Discord, I know you guys have been posting your trophies and taking, especially Patrick, and a lot of people have been taking screenshots and posting them on Twitter. And I've watched a few videos, and I was really like for me, as I've talked about before, the PS5 is $800 to $900 in Brazil.
Ridiculous.
So it's not even an option for me to get it.
You can get that here. You can spend $800, $900
I know I can.
on the secondary market.
Yeah, and that is ridiculous. I've seen that on Twitter as well, or on social media, where people buy like 10, 15, 20 machines and then they sell them for $1,000 on eBay or
jerks.
Whatever. What a punks.
Yeah.
Punks.
Need to smack them around. It's punks. But yeah, just kind of seeing it and just being like, you know what? I got a year left to just play my PS4 and just make the most of it. I still got a huge backlog on the PS4. I still have a backlog on my PS3, let's be honest, with myself. So I'm just going to make the most of it in the coming year. But I will say that I could not wait on Miles Morales. I could not wait. So last week I played Spider-Man's DLC finally.
Nice.
A little behind on that, but it was the perfect segue to Miles Morales. There are things that happen. There are conversations that occur, like conversations just while you're swinging around the city, which, let me tell you, I miss swinging around New York City in Spider-Man.
So good.
It is so satisfying. And not only, doing the swinging and, just running off the buildings, web zipping or whatever it's called, zip webbing. I don't remember
zipping.
Web slinging.
Web slinging, whatever. Giving the controller to my kids and them just lighting up while they're swinging through the city. Like my son James did it when I played the game originally back in 2019 or 2018 or whenever I got it. And he loved it. But this time it was like all over again. And he just lit up, and like I think I started it early last week, and like midway through the week he came up to me, and usually when they would go, "Hey Daddy, can I play Minecraft?" he was like, "Hey Daddy, can I swing as Spider-Man? Can I be Spider-Man?"
Cool.
I'm like, "You know it, buddy. Let's turn it on."
Proud Daddy.
Yeah, real proud, real happy, and just that Spider-Man DLC is so good and really enjoyable. The character development and the story, where each episode has a different bad guy you focus on and a different kind of sidekick. Whether it's Black Cat or Yuri, which Yuri's story I did not see coming. Did you? I don't know if did you both play the DLC? And I'm not going to give spoilers, but
I did not play the DLC.
I did.
Let me just say that Yuri's story is really good, and I'm really excited to see what the future holds for Yuri's story. But each episode, the heist, City Never Sleeps, or whatever they're called, they each have like developing Spider-Man's relationship with Silver Sable as well in the third one. But it's really good, and it perfectly transitions to Miles Morales, which I started today. And Miles Morales is so good. And I mean, I've just played the first hour and a half of it. But just the relationship between Miles already and his little new characters and sidekicks, his relationship with his mom, and them speaking Spanish all the time, and then me understanding what she's saying in Spanish is really fun. Because I want to say that prior to moving to Brazil, I knew Spanish, but I didn't play a lot of games that had Spanish in it or really exactly understand all the time what was going on. But this I understood, and so it was really cool to kind of hear her speak Spanish in the background or talk with her son in Spanish. But man, it's so good. And the new moves you have that they, you've seen them in the trailers, like the Venom Punch, and which it's very mysterious. I'm really excited to see what the story all has to hold. So it'll be a fun ride. So I'm really excited.
It is definitely a fun ride. The story is good. The story is really good.
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it.
And the way they do like the music in the game.
Yeah.
All of the music get you like into the scenes, into
pumped.
So good.
I don't want to go back to the normal orchestrated music. I want the hip hop, like the beats they got going
perfect.
with it, like mixed with the orchestrated music. It's so good. So when Mark and I finish playing through the game, we definitely have to do a spoiler cast and talk about this game in depth.
I'm down.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's good stuff, and it's not too long. I think it's what's funny is it's pretty much the pace of games like 5 years ago that we used to play, like Uncharted and some of those other games. Games have become so inflated, and we're like, well, yeah, 20, 30 hours, that's a normal. This is like a 8 to 10 hour.
Yeah, so I beat the game. I did all the collectibles, platinumed it. One of the trophies is you have to beat New Game Plus. And I did all that in 19 hours. So it's a good sized game. Like it's not huge, it's not small, it's a perfect size.
Nice, cool. Yeah, I look forward to it. And like you said, I think you mentioned it. Like you don't want to just go to the next mission. You want to swing around. You want to check out the little extra collectibles and the like the tests. He does like the little holographic, training challenges.
Yeah, the challenges. I would recommend doing that because the game ramps up in difficulty.
Yeah.
If you like, for me, doing all those side missions, you get your skills, you get your XP,
get the feel.
And you upgrade your guy, you upgrade Miles Morales. So when you're getting to the big enemy bases and stuff like that, it's much easier to handle when you're doing it that way. So I would recommend and when I say I recommend, I'm like, you're probably going to want to do it anyways. Because
I'm going to do it all.
Side missions are just so much fun too.
Yeah, totally. And it does take some time to get used to the controls, because adding the additional Venom Punch to me was like kind of like, wait, what do I press again? And I almost had to like look at my hands and look at the controller to be like, what buttons do I press? This is weird.
It'll come second nature.
Yeah, because after 40 hours of normal Spider-Man, you add in the Venom Punch Spider-Man, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cool. But that was pretty much my gaming for the week. On the real life side, Disney Plus is coming to Brazil tomorrow.
Woohoo!
What?
Woohoo! Tomorrow, my friend, I will legally be watching Disney Plus.
Disney Plus and Swisher Plus in the same household.
I know. It's going to be awesome.
The world's going to explode.
The world is at our fingertips. We can watch anything we want. We are going to watch...
Have you watched any of them? You watched
Weekend at Bernie's.
Right?
We're going to watch Weekend at Bernie's.
Now you can watch Weekend at Bernie's in nice, good resolution.
That's right. Is that a Disney movie?
No.
Oh, dang.
Too bad. We've kept up with Mandalorian. Good stuff. The Mandalorian episode this week was way too short.
Why are they starting to get shorter? The first episode was 50 minutes. The second episode was 40, and now this one's 30. Yeah. Stop it. Give me 50-minute episodes.
I did not appreciate this, but I will say I appreciated so many callbacks to the Clone Wars and Rebels. It was magical. And
I did not catch any of those.
No, you
I
didn't.
read about them online.
Yeah, it was like you had to. I imagine for this episode that they just did, you definitely had to look up online, like, who is this person and why do I care?
Yeah.
They say a name and you're like, and
they said a name and it's supposed to be like a big moment. I'm like, wow, that was who the heck is that? I hit pause. I'm like, who is this person?
Who? How do you spell that? So that's really exciting. And we are like 12 Disney movies away from watching 100 major feature films for Disney during the year of 2020.
You're crazy.
Yep, we are. It's good stuff. Of course, the first 100 appropriate movies for my children to watch. There have been plenty of inappropriate Disney movies in the 70s and 80s that we did not let them watch.
What inappropriate movies that are Disney that your kids can't watch?
It's when Disney...
Is Die Hard Disney?
No. Let's see. There's like Risky Business, Splash.
Okay. Risky Business, really?
Yeah. I think it's made by...
Was that a Touchstone Pictures movie?
Yeah, it's a Touchstone Pictures,
okay.
which Disney's a part of. But it's on their Disney list of movies, so we were like, skip that. But yeah. So by the end of the year, we have 12 more movies I think we'll be able to watch. And we'll have 100. And then here's to 100 more. Besides... Cheers. Here's. Cheers. I don't know.
Here. Cheers.
Here. Cheers. Speaking of cheers, we are all cheered up this past weekend because we decorated for Thanksmas. Thanksmas is in the house. The tree is up. The decorations are out. We are being thankful. We are ready for Christmas. We had the music going. Did a little time lapse. Showing the tree go up and doing
that
really
was cool, by the way.
motion.
That was a good idea to do the time lapse to put up the tree.
It's one of my favorite things to do during the holidays, during the putting up of the tree, the lights and the ornaments and stuff.
There's a moment. I don't know how long the time lapse actually was, how long it took you to do that, but there's one point where James just gets up into the camera and he sticks out his tongue. He
just had to stand there.
How long was he doing that?
At least a minute, like just, and it's like it lasts like 2 seconds.
I was like, man, must have been doing that for a while.
And we all three did it, and like I think right at the beginning, I like had my head to the side, like just staring, and I stared there for like a minute. And we're like even at the end where it's like 2 seconds of us like with our thumbs up, we stood there forever. Like I felt like an idiot. Like, wait, just keep standing here. Need a few more pictures.
It was a good video.
Yeah, it was good. It was good fun. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. It was probably the best, most organized decorating ever. Like Mindy was on point. She was really showing her organizational prowess. She would like unpack a box. At one point when we got to the decorations, Mindy laid out in 2 separate areas James's ornaments and Tasha's ornaments to put up, because every year inevitably we have this fight where one of the kids thinks that the other has put up too many ornaments, and they're like, it's my turn, this is my ornament, or they start to bicker and find their reasons to
the unnecessary arguments.
Yes, there's endless amounts. And so Mindy is really good at like preemptively trying to stop it before it starts. I am not. I'm more of a react in the moment and be like, oh no, what's happening? Put out the fire. Just half this living room's on fire.
Why didn't I think about this?
I did not think this through. Yeah, when I'm like, you guys decide what you want to do, Mindy's like, nope, that's not how it's going to work. And so she got and went into OCD mode and just took care of things, and it was fantastic. And the kids decorated, hung their little decorations in their rooms. And their rooms also look like Santa Claus threw up all over all their stuff, and it's fantastic.
Nice.
It's perfect. And then
did you have to clean it up?
No, they did. It's their room. They're in charge of their room. So
so they did it all.
They did it all. They were in charge. Now my son did use up.
That's why it looks like the Santa threw up on it?
That is correct, because they just are like, well, literally, they ran out of places to like place things. So my son got the Scotch tape and just started sticking stuff to his bed, to the wall.
I gotta get this up somehow.
I went when we went to bed that night. I saw the container of Scotch tape without the Scotch tape. He had used all of our tape to hang the Christmas crap, as I'll call it, because I mean it's like. It's like stuff they've made over the years, and we've just kept it, and they just use it as decoration.
That's fun, though.
Yeah, it's good times. It's good fun. Great oldies. So yeah, it went off without a hitch, and it was glorious. So we're in the Thanksmas spirit, and we're ready to go.
All right. Yeah, we were planning on doing the same thing, but we are doing it this coming weekend instead.
All right.
Which is normal for us. We usually do the weekend before Thanksgiving, so we're not putting up Christmas decorations and during our like time off. Yeah. So we like to do it ahead of time, so when Thanksgiving comes around, we don't have to do any of that stuff.
Exactly. So you do it this weekend, and then the weekend after that, Mark? You got it?
I'm actually contemplating doing it the week before. And let me tell you why.
Really? What is happening to you? Did you watch Home Alone today?
We have broke through.
We broke it.
No, I didn't get a chance to watch Home Alone, although I really kind of wanted to, because today, as of recording,
there's still time.
I'm not going to be able to watch that. Today, the 16th, is the 30th anniversary of Home Alone, the release of the movie. So I really wanted to watch it, but I just didn't get a chance to.
Such a timeless movie.
Yep. Absolutely love that movie. But the reason why I'm considering putting it up ahead of time is we are going out of town the day after Thanksgiving.
Excuses.
Well, my point is I'm not going to be able to put it up until Monday, if that's the case. And
yeah,
so,
then it's too late by then. You have to.
Might as well just throw it away and start the new year.
Yep.
Just skip Christmas at that point.
Well, guess it's canceled for this year.
Christmas is canceled.
Oh no!
So, no, I kind of want that up. I don't want to wait until Monday.
Don't wait. Just do it.
I don't want to wait.
For Christmas to be over and something else
to put up a Christmas decorations. So I'm considering putting it up not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Or Thanksgiving weekend?
Is it Thanksgiving weekend? Okay, yeah. So I guess it would have to be this weekend. Yeah.
All right.
We can put Christmas stuff up together.
Yeah.
Live stream it.
Gosh,
there you go.
Do
a dual stream.
Twitch dual stream of it all.
Do it, Mark. Dual stream. It'll be fantastic.
We wouldn't be able to play any Christmas music, though.
That's part.
Why
of
not?
You can't.
You have to. When you're putting up Christmas stuff, you have to play them.
You can't.
Yeah,
if you're gonna stream it, you can't.
What are you gonna play? Charlie Brown's Christmas.
You can't play copyrighted music on Twitch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you can, right?
No.
Well, what you can do is as soon as you finish,
Facebook Live it. We're Facebook Live in it.
There you go.
I think you could, if you delete it right away, like you have no archives of it or proof. I think.
No, I think what he's saying is we can't play music in the background. If we're playing music that is on the game, it's fine. That can be deleted. However, if you do music in the background, whether you delete it or not, you can still get a strike.
Yeah, because Twitch streamers over the past several months, it's been a huge problem. People have gotten what's called I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act.
Nope.
Okay.
I've heard of the YMCA.
Yeah. Nice. No, so basically, that was created to combat piracy over like the internet, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, Twitch streamers of varying levels, like from huge streamers to like small time streamers, are getting a bunch of copyright strikes on their stuff because they're playing copyrighted music on their streams. So I don't want us to get in trouble.
That's a good call. Good call.
Let's just do it and see how long it takes.
Okay.
Easier to ask for forgiveness than permission.
I'll do it on my regular new accounts. Let's create new accounts.
Yeah, do a Smurf account.
A Smurf account.
Yes.
We're not pros.
Just call yourself the Thanksmas Fecta.
Sure.
Yes, we will call us that.
Yes, the Thanksmas Fecta. All right.
Sounds like a cuss word.
It does. That sounds like. Sorry. Please forgive me. Bleep that out, okay?
Watch your mouth.
I'm gonna go wash out my mouth with soap without warning. See ya.
Oh no, he's gone again.
Yep, there I left. All right. Randomness. We should get into that.
Let's do it.
You mind if I lead the way once the transition music plays?
You don't mind. Or I don't, at least.
Mark doesn't mind.
I don't want to speak for Patrick.
I'll speak for
Lucas,
both of you.
Do you mind if I mind?
I don't mind at all. Let's do it.
Okay, sweet.
That's right, folks. We are getting so random, you may just shut off this podcast. Just kidding. It'll be great.
Please don't.
Fantastic. Please don't do it. Don't hit pause. Hit play. Let's see. Does anybody feel led by, the spirits of randomness to start, or?
Yes, I'll start.
Go for it.
All right. Do it.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So
Get random.
In the past week, the new gaming consoles have come out, and I look forward to it every single time. Whenever a new console comes out, now, like maybe not Nintendo, but definitely for both Xbox and PlayStation. I've had all the Xboxes, all the PlayStations, and even the PSP. I've had the Vita, the RIP, long live the Vita.
Mm-hmm. Vita Island, living there.
I love video game tech. I love it. So my question for you guys is there tech that you guys look forward to outside of video games? Because like I have like I've had like 4 phones ever, and with me, like, well, I know there's a lot of people out there that really wants to get the new iPhone or the new Samsung or the new Google Plex or whatever it's called. Pixel, sorry. It's the Pixel. Everyone wants to get that new stuff. But for me, it's like, my phone is just a phone with apps. That's all. I don't game on it. I don't do anything other than like, hey, I'm going to look at some websites. I'm going to chat. I'm going to call. And that's about it. A few weeks ago when we played, what was that game?
Among Us?
Among Us?
Yeah. Yes. That was the first time I played a game on my phone in quite some time.
Quick side note.
Yes.
Just today, when I was tucking in my daughter for her to go to bed, she was like, "Hey, Daddy, guess what?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I played Among Us today," and I'm like, "What?
Really?
How did you play Among Us?" She's like, "My friends and I had little pieces of paper, and they played real life Among Us at school."
Oh, no way.
And they wrote, and I kid you not, she started telling me everything they did. She's like, "We wrote on paper, and then one of us had the imposter paper, and then we started, running around. We didn't have any tasks that we could do, but we just pretended. And then we had a red cup, and when someone killed someone, like when we saw someone had died, someone pressed the red cup, and we had a meeting, and then we started to talk about who we thought was the imposter. And then if we were right, then we won, and if we were wrong, the imposter would kill people, and then they would win. It was really fun.
No way.
Yeah.
Man, kids and their ingenuity.
These
and their
kids are playing Among Us in class time, or like at school,
sus.
like in real life. That is super sus indeed.
That's awesome.
She's like,
That's really cool.
Can we play it now?
I kind of want to do that too. Mark, next time we're in town, let's play real life Among Us board game.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Create it.
Board game. No
there
Dr. Pepper.
Is,
no Dr. Pepper for Patrick.
Yeah. There technically is a real life version of the game, but it's not the actual game Among Us.
Isn't it called Mafia?
It's called The Police. Yeah.
Police. Cops
well, it's
and
called
robbers.
Mafia, but there's also
Cops and Robbers.
Isn't there like
also,
Killer?
Well, no, there's a game. It's called One Night Ultimate Werewolf, I believe is what it's called.
How did that not catch on?
What?
One Night Ultimate Werewolf.
But it did. It did catch on.
Oh, really?
It sounds like Devolver Digital came out with it.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know who makes it, but yeah, it's very much that type of, each person has a role to play, and you're trying to figure out who's, there's two werewolves or something like that, and you're trying to figure out which one of you are the werewolves and that kind of stuff. So very much a Mafia-like game.
Okay.
It kind of sucks with a small group, so we'd have to have a slightly larger group, but yeah, it does exist.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
All right. So yes,
but tech, like with the gaming, I love like the new Rock Band and Guitar Hero guitars. I mean, like right behind me, I have the Rock Band and Guitar Hero guitars just hanging up on my wall. Like, I would really love for another Rock Band game to come out, and I really look forward to anything that's video game. I got every single accessory for the PlayStation 5 because I just love having that stuff. I don't get into TV, phones, or anything like that. So yeah, outside of video games, is there something that you guys look forward to when something comes out that you want to get?
See, I'm the opposite of you. Like, I'm big into phone tech. Now, granted, recently things have changed because I switched to Android. But like, I would watch the Apple events each and every year.
Really?
To see what was coming up next. Even though, yes, you can argue that a lot of what Apple does, Android did 2 years ago or whatever, and Apple just kind of just iterates on that, and does their own little Apple spin on it. But still, it was always super exciting for me, and I would listen to. There's a tech-based sort of webcast. They started out, I think, as podcasts, but they went webcast, so they're like web talk shows. It's a group called This Week in Tech, TWIT for short. Yeah.
This isn't a British company, is it?
No.
TWIT.
No.
Boy, you're watching TWIT?
Do you guys remember?
That sounded like Mickey Mouse. I don't know what that was.
Hey, pal, you're a twit.
What a little twit. No, if you guys remember before G4 became G4.
G3, you mean?
No.
That comes before G4. But
you know numbers. But
I'm a big kid. Look, I'm from West Virginia. That's a big deal.
I'm a
to
big
know
kid
numbers
now.
No, but before G4 was G4, they were called Tech TV, and they had a television show called The Screensavers, where it's basically a all things
new
tech.
Screensaver that came out this week.
That sounds
Everyone
so 90s. That is like
No, but it wasn't.
definitely sounds 90s.
It wasn't just about screensavers.
Screensavers were the thing back in the day.
I remember searching for hours for screensavers to download off of my AOL browser.
It's like 2 megabytes 4 hours later.
Yeah.
But in any case, there's the show is like an all-encompassing like tech type show. They talk about tech news and all kinds of stuff. The guy that hosted that show started his own group, and that's Twit. And so basically, I would listen to, because they would watch the different keynote presentations that Apple would do, and they'd have their own commentary as they were watching that. Every year that they would do a presentation, I would watch those and listen to what those guys had to say, because they were always in the know about that kind of stuff, and they had good insight, and I loved watching those different keynotes, whether it was the iPhone keynote or iPads or their MacBook lines. Apple just has a nice way of presenting their new stuff.
Sure.
And of course, it comes back to Steve Jobs and his whole one more thing kind of thing, where he'd always have a surprise up his sleeve. And so they've kept up that tradition for the most part. They've made things interesting recently, given COVID. So they've had to like pre-record all their stuff. But I mean, they do a great job with the presentation of it. But yeah, I was it just gets excited like for like E3 stuff and all that kind of stuff. Same way, same feeling when it came to like Apple keynotes and stuff like that.
So you're gonna find yourself watching those still, even though you have an Android phone, or do you have other Apple items?
Yeah, just because I'm interested. I want to see what they had to say. So I watched the most recent Apple keynote. I didn't watch the MacBook one where they basically they're making their own chips now, instead of
chips,
like potato
like
chips?
Apple chips,
Apple chips,
like
computer.
like
Gala Apple chips,
the new Apple
or Fuji Apple chips.
Good night, everybody.
Rip the new Apple Ridges.
Yes.
Yep.
Salt and vinegar.
Apple chips. I'd eat those.
Apple cinnamon chips.
Yep. Sounds
apple
yummy.
Apple cinnamon.
No, computer chips. They used to have their chips made by other companies.
I'm really hungry right now.
That's your own fault.
You keep talking about chips, and I'm like, I could go for some chips and dip. That'd be good.
What kind of dip? Like ranch?
Or you know what? I would take some French dip and then pour some Frank's inside of it to make it spicy. Sour cream and onion works too. I just put Frank's in it to spice it up a bit.
Yeah.
Give it a little vinegary
Spice it
taste.
up a bit.
Spice it up.
But anyway, so yeah, even though I'm that's like my catchphrase for this episode now. But anyway.
Anywho,
like,
moving on.
Back on the train tracks.
You would think this is improv.
Just because I'm genuinely interested. And want to see.
That's good.
I still find myself watching those. So.
Cool.
Lucas, what about you?
Patrick, I am just like you. I'm all about the video game tech, and then everything else, I'm like, like
Mark, people love these iPhone things, and like, I'm probably not gonna get another iPhone for like another 4 years. So these these things that they do every year, I'm like, I don't need to know about it. Until I'm in the market for a new phone,
until I need
I'm not going to watch them.
Yeah, I feel you. I still have an iPhone 6s Plus. I think I used to be on the edge of updated, but now I think they stopped updating those.
I think at this point you need to get up to like at least an iPhone 8.
I do, which brings me to why I'm not really up to date on things, and it's because I live in Brazil where all electronics...
Everything's $1 million.
It's $1 million or more. It's ridiculous. And so it's just not financially responsible for me to keep up with, or it's just not... It's not that it's. I mean, it's free to keep up with the information, but when you can't use it or take advantage of it, or any, I don't know, it's not as enticing to me. Like if I'm gonna watch like a keynote or if I'm gonna watch some update, it's because I'm gonna be using it eventually. But it's just so far out ahead, and it's just a lot more expensive to keep up with tech nowadays. Like the PlayStation, my video game consoles, I can keep up with. It's one device. It's not too expensive. I don't feel like compared to like an iPhone now is where it's like $1,000 or more for the higher end iPhones and stuff, which is where I'm at. I don't have any interest in going to Android, and I'm sticking with, I have a Mac, which was more of a ministry investment.
That's why you use Swisher Plus and Novosel Now. And
Yep, Novosel Now and Swisher Plus is really keeping me up to date. So much appreciated. But if I can speak to, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when my dad and I were like keyed in on tech, all centered around entertainment, like Laserdisc, big. I think like when tube televisions first went into the 40s and 50 inches, like the huge ones that you needed like 2 or 3 people to carry them. I had another friend that had a projection TV. I remember it was one of the first projection TVs I ever saw in my life, in real life, that were just huge. And so like that was the last time that I really tried to keep up with tech. Like, that was not on the video game, of the video game variety. But really like entertainment. Like I remember going with my dad to like those kind of like boutique stores where it was just entertainment, like surround sound systems and televisions, and they would have like demo rooms, and you would go into the room and they would, the sales guy would turn on the Laserdisc or the DVD player, or there wasn't Blu-ray at the time, and they would turn up full blast and like turn out all the lights, and you would sit and listen to the 5.1 surround sound, which was the highest it went at the time. And that was like amazing. And so that's really the only tech that I kept up with for a while. But then I went to college, had no money, and then later on got married and had no money. And then
had kids,
no money. And then when I started to make some headway, I became a missionary, and then definitely have no money. So
that's funny.
But it's mainly for me. Any tech that I like to keep up with has to do with this entertainment, and so it's going to be. I'm interested, but even then, I'm not like. I have friends that they would look through like those TV magazines where you could just look at the different specs on the rotary girders of the televisions, and I'm like, does it look pretty?
I can understand zero of that.
Yeah, me neither.
What does that have? That is 2.1 tetro tech
giga
flops. It's like flops. Okay, is it gonna make it look good? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Nope.
Whatever you do, whatever you got to do to make it look good, that's all I need.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, that's all I had.
All right, cool. Mark, how about you?
You're pointing down. I don't know who you're pointing at.
We're both pointing at you.
In my eyes, you're pointing down at my taskbar. So
well, get to task. Get to task and talk
Mark's
about your
taskbar. What do you got?
Okay, so I'm sure everybody can relate to the fact that like a lot of times when you're on YouTube, you kind of go down rabbit holes.
Oh yeah.
And I've gone down many of them. And
yeah, especially nowadays.
Yeah,
easy to go down the rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm. And I find myself nothing like too like creepy. Why are you even watching this? But like, just like
sometimes you fall into that rabbit hole. You're like, I don't know how I got here, but I gotta get out.
I can't.
How do I get out?
No one can.
It's like you're looking at something that's so terrible that you can't look away. You're like, oh, I can't look away. Can't look away. Honey,
save me.
This is not one of those.
That's good.
So I found myself
the YouTube kids.
Yeah, not quite YouTube kids, but I found myself watching old TV commercials from like the 70s, 80s, 90s,
and today.
And today, yes.
The 80s and 90s television commercials,
best,
1,000 times better than today's commercials.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the YouTube has like all these different like compilations of different classic television commercials, and it's just interesting because they're basically like time capsules.
Yeah, they really are.
You look back at companies, many of them are still around today. Like you see all the old Taco Bell and McDonald's commercials and things like that, and see how they used to market things, and like
with the Chihuahua. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like even before that in the 80s, like how old school the just even like the the wrappers and things like that they put the food in and that kind of stuff, and like the old school Taco Bell logo. It's like just thinking about a different time. And honestly, like we watch our favorite television shows, we watch our favorite movies, but honestly, like there are lots of commercials that have kind of carried down, at least I think, have carried on through and like are kind of sort of iconic. And like if you think like, oh yeah, that commercial, man, that commercial was awesome, or oh that commercial was ridiculous. And so I gave you guys a little bit of a heads up. What are some of your favorite commercials? And I think I'm going to go ahead and start and give one that's classic. And I found out that it was actually made in 1968. And I remember watching it in like the 90s. So they used that.
Wow.
Yeah, they used that commercial.
Stuck around a long time.
Yeah. They used that commercial for
was
like...
it like Alka-Seltzer?
No.
Can you imagine like that? So what year was it that you watched that? Like late 80s?
Early 90s.
Like, so 25 years later, can you imagine still watching a commercial now from 1995?
Yeah. It's insane.
They look.
They do that as jokes
nasty.
now.
Yeah.
And then they'll like do the same thing, but in like in a modern way.
So the one I'm referring to is the Tootsie Roll Pop commercial. Where yeah,
how many licks does it take to get? Yep.
Yeah,
three.
That commercial is from 1968.
Wow, I remember watching that when I was a kid too.
So many times.
That's
Mr.
from 68.
Turtle,
whoa!
how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
I still remember trying to bite into the Tootsie Pop after 3 and about breaking my teeth. And we're like, Al, you're a punk for lying to me.
Ask Mr. Owl. Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Let's find out. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are some other television commercials that you guys remember or have a fondness for?
Oh man, bro! Like the jingles back in the 80s and 90s are unrivaled.
Unrivaled.
Like the Toys R Us commercial immediately comes to mind.
Yes.
Where I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
Yep.
Like that is. I still sing that because I'm a kid. I'm never gonna grow up. I don't want to grow up, but unfortunately, Toys R Us kind of failed.
It still brings a tear to my eye.
It does
because I don't want to grow up either.
It's so good.
What about this jingle? My buddy, Marty and me. And then the lesser known kid sister. Kid sister.
So
sister and me.
I still sing that one as well because I call Clark buddy.
Yep.
And so when we're hanging out, I say my buddy and me. And it's just like that's the jingle, man. The jingles nowadays are like awful. Like for example, there is an attorney in town that has 4s. All 7 numbers are 4s. You know what his jingle is? 444 4444. That's his jingle.
That's original.
It's awful. Like,
no
seriously?
imagination.
Well, yeah.
Like the Good Morning God, the way you do the best part of waking.
Oh yeah, Folgers commercials. That's like, straight out of the 80s and 90s.
It's so good. Those jingles. Crossfire. Like all of those. It's just like they all come to mind when you had said 80s and 90s commercials. I'm like, yes, this is the heyday of commercials.
I feel like
it really
nowadays,
was.
they're like ads. You're like skip ad.
I feel like especially like board game commercials were incredible back in the day.
On point.
Like
they were
obviously
better. They were better than the board game. They were better than the board game themselves.
Is it water on the knee? Operation.
Operation.
Yeah.
When you guess who, it's a mystery. Like
Mr. Bucket. A bucket's of fun, Mr. Bucket.
I try to leave that one alone. I have a buddy at work that still sings that. He sings that at work.
They're catchy. They're like those commercials you can still play, and it's just like you said, Lucas. It just brings a tear to your eye. Like
it does.
Those were just. It brings you back to your childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so, Lucas, did you have any other particular ones?
I mean, most of mine like went around toys and like just entertainment stuff. I don't remember the jingle for it, but I do remember getting sucked into Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh yeah,
for a while, and getting that creepy bear that I would never have purchased for my children because Teddy Ruxpin is kind of creepy, but I loved it when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, Lego My Eggo. That's just something that, growing up like with Eggo waffles.
Yep.
Just the little phrase, and then which cereal was it? Was it Life cereal where they're like,
he likes it.
Hey, Mikey likes it. Hey, Mikey, I think he likes it. Like that kind of thing. Like those are some of the ones that just come to mind.
Or like I want to be like Mike.
Yeah, I want to be like Mike. Yeah.
Yep.
Those jingles, man.
Those are good ones. Those are good ones.
You guys remember the Super Soaker commercials with the drill sergeant?
I vaguely remember.
Winner is bitter! No? Okay.
No, I don't know.
No? Okay.
I'm afraid not.
Too bad.
Don't.
Yeah, so I've got a list here of basically the top 10 commercials.
Oh, wait, real quick. Before you go into that.
List. Nice.
Mentos freshness. Mentos freshness. It's something. I remember
Mentos.
That one. The Fresh Maker. Yeah. Where they would be doing something. It was almost like now they have the Snickers one where you're like, they give you the Snickers to.
Yeah.
To
get angry when you're hungry.
Did you ever see Did you ever see the Foo Fighters?
Yes.
Music video
Futos
with
or whatever?
Mentos. Futos.
No. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's a good music video.
Yeah, I remember the one Mentos commercial where like the dude was in like a suit and tie, and he sat on a bench, and I guess it had just been painted.
Oh gosh.
And so he had stripes on the back of his suit. He's like, oh no. And then he pops a Mentos. He's like, I got an idea. Let me just roll over the entire the entire
be a
bench
zebra.
And make it a striped suit.
Yes, because that's what Mentos does.
Ingenious.
Makes you an idiot.
Pretty much.
So this is a list of the top 10 best commercials of all time. And I'm gonna skip number 10 because it's kind of weird. It's an Always commercial. And do you know what Always is?
Oh, the toothpaste?
No, not toothpaste.
The diapers?
Oh, it's a feminine product.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sing it for us, Mark.
Why was that? Why was that number 10? How does that go?
It's not a jingle necessarily, but
just a good commercial.
Yeah, it's just a good commercial.
Instructional video.
I think you're gonna need to post this on the Discord.
Yeah.
Number 9 is the Old Spice commercials. Like, look at me now back at your man. Now back to me.
Old Spice doesn't look good.
The Energizer commercials with the Energizer bunny.
Right.
The bunny. Yep.
Keeps going and going and going.
The one after that is the Showdown, which was a McDonald's commercial back in like the late 80s, and it was basically a one-on-one basketball game between Larry Bird and Michael Jordan.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes, I do remember that too.
Off the wall, off the building, off the tree,
yes.
off the ground, off. They're like it's
nothing
ridiculous.
but net.
Nothing but net. Yep.
Yeah.
The next one is the Wise Up.
That's classic.
Next is the I don't know if you guys remember. This is from like the 70s. There's a football player. His name is Joe Green. And
Mean Joe Green.
Yeah. And he's like in the little hallway before he's going out on the field, and you're like, he hands. I think the kid hands him a Coke. And
and then I
Joe
remember that.
Hands him like his jersey or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's an iconic one.
Number 3 is the How Many Licks commercial.
Cool.
Yep.
Number 2 is Wendy's had a promotion in the 80s called Where's the Beef? Where's this old...
Oh, yes. Had an old lady.
Oh, where's
lady.
the beef?
Yeah.
Where's the beef?
And then the number 1 commercial, I don't know if you guys have seen this one. It was when...
A number 1 commercial, and you start off with, I don't know if you've seen this. I hope we've seen it.
This
hope
is fake
so.
news. Fake
I hope
news.
we've seen it.
Back in the
Who made this list?
some random website.
www.plop.com.
Yes. That's it. No, so back when Apple first introduced the Macintosh computer, they were basically going up against IBM. That was kind of like the big corporate front runner for like computers and stuff. And so they did a commercial based on George Orwell's 1984. And it was like this groundbreaking commercial. They had spent a whole bunch of money on it, and it's very like dystopian looking, like it's just very, very well directed. Yeah.
Wow.
So, okay, I have not seen it. I'm going to hold my comments on this,
Okay.
but the way you describe it, it sounds good.
Yeah.
But as far as the number 1?
I'm intrigued. Now, is this the one that
Really?
Fortnite, or not of Fortnite, the makers of Fortnite based their
Epic Games.
their Epic game commercial, or their, like when they were in the little lawsuit battle against them like a couple months ago?
Yep, that was they were riffing off of that.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
That's the first time I had heard of it.
Yeah, it was like a huge production commercial. I'll have to send it to you guys, and
Definitely,
I'll probably
definitely post that one.
I'll probably post it on our Twitter page and in the Discord and stuff, so that
Cool.
our
Sweet.
joiners can watch it. So,
Yep.
but-
Joiners,
And me-
you joiners
me
out
too.
there,
And the hosts.
post your favorite commercials on Twitter and Discord, or
Yeah.
MySpace. Don't forget MySpace. We'll be there.
can't forget
We'll meet you.
MySpace.
Nope.
But yeah, that's my topic.
Sweet. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Next week, Ronnie's going to be back, and Ronnie could bring his topic, and I could join him with my topic. And as is tradition, we can split our randomness into 2 episodes.
Beautiful. I knew we were going to do that. That's the way we usually do it. We have a plan, it gets thrown out the window.
That is correct, as is tradition. All right. Well, that's all for the first part of this random romp right in time for the glorious dual holiday of Thanksmas. And we will continue the celebration into next week when that guy returns.
That guy.
Ronnie Johantges. I think I forgot to say it the correct way at the intro.
Nice.
So yes, when Ronnie comes back next week, we will both have 2 additional topics to discuss. Before we sign things off, of course, a very quick housekeeping where we offer towels, put Andy's chocolate candies on pillows, and tip you off to the things you need to know. If you have not, please take time to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, and Stitcher. It helps us reach more joiners for sure. Also, to go beyond listening, please check out the show notes to this episode. Find our handles with Twitter. The link is in the show notes. I think I already said that. and it covers Discord, Twitter, the Book of Faces, whatever that's called, all those good things. So check us out there. Also, Marc's weekly streams, I think on Saturday nights.
Yep, Saturday nights, 9 p.m. And I totally forgot to mention
that's
in my
all
update
good.
That
that's
I played Ghost Runner. That game is a lot of fun, but very challenging.
Yeah. Are you going to continue it through the month?
Yeah, I'm going to keep going.
Very good. You can give us more details maybe next week.
Yep.
So that is on twitch.tv/The Good Morning Guys. And then my streams, finally, are for sure going to be on Mondays and Fridays. I had gone on hiatus for a while from streams, but today I jumped back into it. I am playing Super Star Wars.
I saw
Super
that.
Nintendo.
Super Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat it on
back.
Jedi. I'm trying to beat it on Jedi difficulty, get a little gold trophy. So I'll be playing that on Mondays and Fridays at around 12:30 Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/Mr. Pastor Ham. And then finally, remember that anytime you want, you can call us at 929-GMG-GUYS, leave a message, ask a question, and simply let your voice be heard. And that's all that's going to be heard today. Music we will have for you next week. Alrighty then, before we sign off, we are continuing to pull together our GMG video game top 100 that we will rank and reveal on episode 125. So which games do you guys want to add to the list? Of course, Ronnie is going to have 2 next week, so we better tell him soon so he's ready with those 2 games. So, Patrick, what is your game of choice to add to the list?
NCAA Football 14.
The final one. Nice.
It's so good.
It's the last and the best one.
It really is, and it's one of the reasons why it is the best one is because when I create myself in the game, the announcers say my name.
Say my name. Say my name.
It's the first time there was 2 Novosels in NCAA football in 2014. So I guess they added that as part of the audio commentary.
Sweet.
Yeah, so they'll say, instead of saying, because I usually create my character as number 99, they'll number 99, but now they say Novosel. Yes,
nice.
It's great.
Now, do they just say your last name, or do they say Patrick also?
No. They usually say the last name. Rarely they'll say the full name.
Have you tried to get them to say Hollywood Bones?
I've not, and probably won't work.
All right, fair enough. Because that's not a real last name. Fair enough.
Bones? Well, maybe if my bones would be.
Well, yeah,
make my
but
first name Hollywood.
Hollywood Bones.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I will try it out.
Be worth a shot.
I'll report back next time.
Do it. Mark, what do you got? Please tell me it's Mario Kart 64.
Well, Lucas, it's in fact Mario Kart 64.
Double Dash.
No. So my submission is Twisted Metal.
Ooh, the OG.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Nice.
That was actually on my list,
Nice.
but I will have to take it off.
Sorry.
Good pick. Good pick.
You've been
I like it.
thwarted. I have a feeling that as we get closer, we're going to be bringing out the big guns, and we're going to be stealing.
Apex
each other's
Legend was
picks.
already brought up by
Ronnie.
in the first one. Like, really?
Yeah, I've already brought some of my big guns. So
Okay, fair enough. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Twisted Metal's a good one. I will bring to the table Portal 2.
nice.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys have played it, but it
I
is.
have
Not.
I hope. I don't think Valve will do this, but they really need to bring it to modern consoles because it is stuck on PS3, and it's sad.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Valve,
so good.
I don't know
So
why
good.
Valve has not come out with a Half-Life 3. That's Valve, right?
I mean, they did their Half-Life Alyx, and I think they're counting that as their Half-Life 3.
But that didn't come out for PSVR because I can't get it.
I
It
know.
only came
It's
out-
a bummer. They really
That
need
sucks.
to bring it to PSVR. I had read somewhere that it was eventually going to, but haven't heard. Maybe PSVR 2. Maybe it'll be on that.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
You never know.
You
So
don't.
yeah, Portal 2 is hilarious. It has it has a really good story to it, and it's Did I already say it's hilarious? I think I said that 5 times.
Hilarious.
Okay. Hilarious. That's hilarious. All right. That's all for now. So next week, Mark, you are in charge for the topic and the hosting. So hold on to your butts or plops. Mark is
hold on to your plops.
You should not
hold on to your butts. Hold on to your plops.
Oh, no.
You should flush those. Good call.
Now you have crossed the line.
I did not think that through.
Are you kidding me? He's tap danced across the line.
Don't actually. Yeah, I had this written out for me to say on my notes. I have proof. Alrighty then, Pat, Mark, the spirit of Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.
1, 2, 3, 4.
One, two, three. I think we need like a heavy metal rock version of it. Like,
ooh, yes. Or like a 90s jingle. 80s, 90s jingle of it.
ooh, yeah.
Like an intro.
A Family
to
Matters.
like one of like the 90s.
Yes.
Like
TGIF. It's a rare condition this day and age.
And like we should have an intro. We should have a video intro, and we're all like every time we're doing something like maybe washing the dish. You washing the dishes, and then you turn around and it has your name. You smile.
That's right. That'd be perfect.
Mark is petting Cisco.
Petting Cisco. He's giving him a bath, and like Cisco's like biting him, and then Mark's just like.
And it's me in the drive-thru of Long John Silver's.
That's right.
With a thumb out the window.
With like 50 packets of malt vinegar.
And then Ronnie just spikes a volleyball and then turns around and smiles.
Like, not just spikes it, he spikes it in someone's face and knocks him out cold.
That's totally Ronnie.
And he's just like...
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah. Sorry.
You just got up and left like you were about to kill another cockroach or something.
What just happened?
You just
had to
got up and left. I was like, wait a second, I'm talking to you on this.
Sorry. I thought I could sneak away and you just keep talking.
Lucas is like, nope, I don't care.
I don't care what you think. No, I needed to plug in my computer.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It didn't hold a charge as long as I thought it would. Anyways,
gotcha.
So yeah, the tracking on the hours.